I'm a man, and this is a story that is told through the lens of a woman.
I wasn't in the best place. And I sent a text message to my best friend, Jamie, and the president of my company, Tara. And I told them that I was exhausted, that I haven't given myself time to recover or time to heal. I had a intense year, a lot of material success, and a lot of emotional stress. It's very hard on me and my family. And I wear a lot of hats, and I carry a lot, because I love what I do. I love the company I built, the brand that we've built. I love the people that work for us. I love the movies that we make. I love the impact that we have. And yet, sometimes it's easy to, as you said earlier, fall back into our program. And I sent this text this morning, and I just said, I love you both. I just need you to know I'm not in the best place. I woke up at 4:30 this morning. My son's had the flu. I'm not feeling great. My heart was racing. I'm noticing that, I'm having some anxiety. And when I check in with myself, I've realized that I just haven't given myself the time to heal from this year that I needed. So let's prioritize our time, and let's make sure that the things that we say yes to are things that we really feel will move the needle forward and can have impact.
3 weeks before the It Ends With Us drama exploded, Blake Lively was seen having lunch with one of Hollywood's most powerful PR strategists. What they discussed that day set the stage for everything that followed. That lunch meeting was just the beginning of what appears to be a masterclass in career management disguised as a scandal. From controlling the narrative to timing her accusations perfectly, Blake might be playing the Hollywood game better than anyone realized. Did you know Blake Lively had a secret meeting with Hollywood's most powerful PR strategist just weeks before the drama with Justin Baldoni exploded? What exactly went down during that suspicious lunch with those martinis flowing freely? The details might shock you. Blake Lively has always been known for her picture-perfect image. From her Gossip Girl days to becoming Mrs. Ryan Reynolds, she's maintained that golden girl persona we all know. But this private lunch meeting at an exclusive Beverly Hills restaurant raises some serious red flags about what she might have been plotting behind the scenes. Sources close to the It Ends With Us production have shared something truly eye-opening. Immediately after this hush-hush meeting, Blake's behavior on set completely transformed. One crew member said, "It was like a switch flipped. Suddenly she was micromanaging every aspect of the intimate scenes, demanding specific camera angles, and questioning direction that had already been agreed upon." The most telling change? Blake started bringing her own personal team to document literally everything that happened between her and Justin. One production assistant who witnessed this firsthand called it an evidence folder. Yes, you read that right. A collection of notes, recordings, and observations about every single interaction with Justin Baldoni. She had people I'd never seen before suddenly appearing on set, revealed a lighting technician who worked closely with the production. They weren't wearing any official crew badges, but they were constantly hovering around Blake, taking notes on their iPads whenever Justin was directing her. The timing couldn't be more suspicious. This secret lunch happened precisely when buzz about It Ends With Us started building online. The film adaptation of Colleen Hoover's bestseller was generating excitement, and Blake was positioned to ride that wave of publicity. Was she looking for ways to maximize that attention? What makes this meeting even more questionable is the specific PR expert Blake chose to meet with. This wasn't just any publicist. This strategist specializes in crisis management and narrative control. Their client list includes celebrities who've navigated major scandals and come out looking sympathetic. Why would Blake need those services if she wasn't anticipating or planning some kind of controversy? A makeup artist who worked on set during this period noticed another strange pattern. After that lunch, Blake started insisting that certain scenes be reshot multiple times, claiming she wasn't comfortable, even though she seemed perfectly fine during the first takes. It felt like she was building some kind of case. Text messages between production staff, later leaked to entertainment insiders, show growing concern about Blake's behavior. One message read, "BL brought 3 more of her people today. Jay seems confused about why they're here. Weird vibe." Another replied, "She's documenting everything. CYA, maybe." When you look at the timeline, it becomes impossible to ignore. Blake meets with a crisis management PR guru, then immediately begins documenting everything on set, bringing unauthorized staff, changing her approach to intimate scenes, and creating what amounts to a dossier on Justin Baldoni. All this weeks before any public hint of tension between them.
When I would show up on a set, I knew that they just wanted me to show up and look cute and stand on a little pink sticker where I'm supposed to go and say what I'm supposed to say. But I also knew that that wasn't fulfilling for me, that I wanted to be a part of the storytelling, that I wanted to be a part of the narrative, whether that be in the writing, in the costume design, in creating the character. And sometimes I had directors or producers or writers who would welcome that and invite that once they saw that I was able to offer that. And sometimes I would have people who really resented that because they were like, "We just hired you to be an actor." Yet when I went in the meetings, I would just seem like I'm just there to be the actor and ready to get the gig. I wouldn't reveal that I actually need to have authorship in order to feel fulfilled. So I think that for them, sometimes that might have felt like a rug pull because you're like, you're trying to assert yourself into something that we didn't hire you to do. And so it was a really strange position to be in because I felt like, I want to just be an actor. I want to have more authorship. So I think that it's about, knowing what I want and what I need and representing that from the outset. And if people are into that and want to collaborate with me for all I feel like I need to offer and bring to a job, then those are the people I should collaborate with. And if I see that it's people who are, whether this is in business or acting or whatever it is, where it's people who I can see that feels like that's stepping on their territory, that's not going to ultimately be a fulfilling relationship for either one of us. So I think it's about being upfront about knowing what you actually need versus just trying to get the job. And then, once you're in it, sort of revealing the scope of your sort of needs to be, fulfilled.
As women, we are meant to sort of be shapeshifters for the men. Yeah. So if there's a man who's problematic, we can't let people see that. We have to or maybe it's us, maybe we're the problem. How do we become more charming, more dazzling, how do we change ourselves to make space for this man and his energy? If I can't fix him, I can fix me, or I can revise the history in my head in order to justify this. And so I think that we expect women to sort of adapt and change a lot, and a man is just boys will be boys.
I've seen it on Instagram where you two are in the street and it's where you really kiss for the first time, and she's, sort of showing you, pulling you into her and showing you how to embrace her. Yeah. And people are loving that.
Yeah, look.
Seeing the collaborative effort.
I don't think people realize how involved she was in this movie. She's a producer on the film from the beginning to the end. She was extremely involved and she really made the film better. And there were many instances where I honestly just tried to get out of the way and let her take the lead. When it came to intimacy and all of that, she had a very clear vision and she was telling me what she thought would work and what she thought would be sexy. And from the very beginning, this had to have a female point of view. This had to have a female gaze.
The timeline of events isn't just suspicious, it's profitable. Remember when Blake's feud with Justin dominated every headline? That same week, her business ventures saw unprecedented growth that marketing experts call impossible without paying millions in advertising. But Blake didn't pay a dime for this publicity storm. Was the Justin drama actually the most brilliant business launch strategy Hollywood has ever seen? Let's follow the money. Just as the Baldoni controversy reached its boiling point, Blake conveniently launched 3 major business ventures. Her hair care line Betty Buzz didn't just see modest growth, it exploded with a staggering 300% increase in social media engagement during the exact week their feud made headlines. Talk about perfect timing. A top marketing consultant who works with A-list celebrities told us, what Blake achieved would have cost at least $4 or $5 million in traditional advertising campaigns. Getting this level of media saturation organically? Nearly impossible unless you're planning it. While Justin maintained his silence throughout the ordeal, Blake's team was working overtime behind the scenes. Multiple entertainment journalists have confirmed receiving direct pitches from Blake's representatives, offering exclusive insights into the situation. These weren't random calls. They were strategic placements designed to control exactly what narrative reached the public. And here's what nobody's talking about. Justin had 3 other projects in development that got completely buried under the avalanche of It Ends With Us drama. His documentary series about masculinity, his directorial debut. Both practically vanished from media coverage while Blake's upcoming ventures received spotlight after spotlight. The numbers don't lie. Industry analysts tracking Blake's social accounts noted that her following surged by over 2 million during this scandal, a growth that translates to approximately $10–15 million in pure influencer marketing value. One digital marketing expert explained, every 100,000 followers for someone at Blake's level equals roughly $500,000 and $750,000 in marketing potential. She essentially created a $10 million asset out of thin air. But the masterstroke came in how Blake's team handled the content strategy. Right when public interest in the controversy would start to wane, they'd strategically release new, behind-the-scenes footage or statements that reignited the conversation. Each post included subtle nods to her business ventures, a Betty Buzz bottle visible in the background of a tearful Instagram story, or wearing items from her new clothing line during candid paparazzi shots discussing the drama. A former publicist who requested anonymity revealed, "This is textbook controversy monetization. Create drama, control the narrative, then channel all that attention toward your business empire. It's brilliant, calculated, and absolutely intentional." What's even more fascinating is how Blake's Instagram engagement rate jumped from 3.2% to an astronomical 9.7% during the peak weeks of the controversy. For context, the industry average hovers around 2%. Those engagement numbers directly translated to sales. Her new fragrance line sold out its entire first production run in just 47 minutes during the height of the drama. Financial experts estimate Blake's business ventures saw revenue increases between 200 to 400% during this period compared to projected forecasts. One venture capitalist who has invested in celebrity brands noted, "I've never seen ROI numbers like this from organic marketing. This wasn't luck, it was strategy."
And especially when it relates to intimacy scenes and to scenes where there is a mix of intimacy and violence, I wanted to make sure that those scenes had a female gaze. As much as I can try to see the world as a woman, I never will be able to. And then when it came to bringing on a stunt coordinator, it was important to me that it was a woman. We brought on Lauren Shaw, and we all worked together to figure out, well, how can the intimacy of this and the violence kind of work together? How can we make sure everyone feels safe? How can we rehearse and go through the process? Blake was very involved in that and had amazing ideas and was very hands-on with the choreography of it as well. Honestly, there were many instances on set where I just let the women figure it out, and I took a step back and kind of jumped in more as an actor in those scenes than even as a director.
And then I sent a similar text message to my publicist, Jen, who's here, by the way. And I bring that up because she asked me, "What do you need to know about who I am?" And who I am is a work in progress. And who I am is somebody who is always trying to be radically sincere and authentic to myself so that I can be of service in the best way possible and have the most impact. And sometimes I can get lost in the same way that everybody gets lost. But healing isn't linear, and growth isn't linear. And if you don't have setbacks, and if you don't have plateaus, then you don't have the opportunity to regroup and to push forward. So I share that with you because while I look like I am all of those things, and on paper I am also just like everybody else in the sense that I take on more than I can chew. I overcommit. I say yes to things out of fear. I people please.
Even now, absolutely.
Behind the business strategy lay an even more calculated power play that nobody saw coming. Remember all those headlines about Blake feeling uncomfortable during intimate scenes with Justin? What most people don't know is that Blake deliberately rejected the studio's professional intimacy coordinator for those very scenes. Instead, she installed her own hand-picked team to oversee every intimate moment between herself and Justin Baldoni. The question is, why would someone who later claimed to feel uncomfortable deliberately remove the very protection designed to prevent such situations? Industry insiders have confirmed that when production executives suggested bringing in a certified intimacy coordinator, standard practice for any film with romantic content, Blake's team pushed back. She insisted on handling these sensitive scenes her way, revealed a production supervisor who witnessed the negotiations. It was unprecedented. Most actors welcome the protection of a professional coordinator, especially women. But Blake didn't just decline the coordinator, she essentially became one. According to internal production memos obtained exclusively by our sources, Blake personally directed significant portions of the intimate scenes herself. She would stop takes and say, "I think we should position the camera this way," or "Let's try a different angle for this kiss," explained a camera operator who worked on multiple days of intimate scene filming. The power dynamic on set became increasingly blurred. Text messages circulating among crew members reveal growing confusion about who was actually calling the shots. One message from an assistant director reads, "Blake just overruled Justin on how the bedroom scene should be blocked. He looks frustrated but isn't pushing back. Not sure who's directing anymore?" Another crew member responded, "This is getting weird. Is she the star or the director?" Perhaps most shocking, Blake brought her own separate camera team to film these intimate moments alongside the production's official cameras. She had 2 guys with her who filmed everything from different angles, shared a grip who worked closely with both camera teams. They weren't part of our crew, they answered only to her. During the actual filming, multiple witnesses report that Blake appeared completely at ease. She was laughing between takes, suggesting different approaches, totally in control, recalled a sound technician present for 3 days of intimate scene filming. There was zero indication she felt uncomfortable with Justin or how things were progressing. If anything, she seemed to be enjoying her creative control. The receipts don't lie. 7 different crew members have confirmed they never witnessed any visible discomfort or objections from Blake during filming. 3 people specifically noted that she appeared comfortable, professional, and in charge throughout production. Yet months later, a dramatically different narrative began emerging through carefully selected clips and statements released by Blake's team. The contrast between what happened on set and what was claimed later is night and day, revealed a production assistant who worked closely with both stars. You have to wonder if this was the plan all along, to build a library of footage that could be selectively used later to support whatever story served her best. By rejecting the studio's neutral professional, controlling the filming process herself, bringing her own team, and creating her own private documentation of every intimate moment, Blake essentially built a perfect foundation to craft any narrative she wanted. She could selectively release clips, share specific angles, or highlight certain moments while omitting others. A masterclass in controlling public perception. What we're seeing here isn't just celebrity drama, it's a masterclass in Hollywood power dynamics. Blake Lively has transformed a routine production disagreement into career gold, orchestrating every move like a chess grandmaster. She didn't just weather controversy, she harvested it, cultivating public sympathy while her business ventures soared. Think about it. Every headline, every social media debate, every YouTube video, yes, even this one, feeds directly into her strategy. We're all unwitting participants in Blake's publicity machine. Even as we speculate about her methods, we're boosting her relevance and reinforcing her Hollywood status. The real genius? This entire saga reveals how modern celebrities can manufacture controversy as a business asset. What looks like spontaneous drama to us might actually be calculated career management behind the scenes. Blake Lively isn't just an actress anymore. She's a brand strategist who understands that in today's media landscape, attention, positive or negative, translates directly into power and profit.